Yay!
Hey, we're live.
I just watched the thing go from start broadcast to stop
We're about to
broadcast.
start.
I got up too
If you're
fast.
watching this on YouTube, you're actually getting the quickest from pre-show to get to show ever that you've probably ever
Lies
seen.
and slander!
This is the pre-show, and we're going.
Alright.
Welcome to the pre-show. Say goodbye to the pre-show.
Does anybody oppose to us starting?
Nope. Let's get this motherfucking god bitch on the roll. Shit.
Why don't you
Yo,
watch your
with the
mouth?
hizzle. And
I can't watch my mouth,
Hizzle.
Jared. It's below my eyes.
A mirror.
Oh!
Mirror.
Your home slice.
I actually have a camera, you could just, you know.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Listen here, narcissists.
Soil.
But I'm not that
Listen here,
vain.
home soil.
Alright, here we go. And in 3,
I'm gonna mute my.
1.
Mobile low bandwidth simulcast of this show available on Alpha Geek Radio. Using your mobile device web browser, go to mobile.alphageekradio.com to tune in now.
Hi, this is Justin Robert Young of Go Home Santa You're Drunk. Although, they'll probably play this long after that book came out. So, I'm just going to date when I did this, so you know. Otherwise, you can just edit that out. This is a really long thing. Anyway, you're listening to Geek.io, where you put geek in and geek out.
Mobile audio stream enabled at mobile.alphageekradio.com. Chat room enabled at geek-io.com/live. Geek.io initialized.
We're geeking out across the globe, so tuck in and hold on to your butts. It's time for the Geek.io show.
Geek.io, put geek in and geek out.
I'm a bunny.
Yep.
Oh, just kidding. We only have 4 minutes of recording tape left. Crap. How did that happen? My card is not empty.
Oops.
Welcome to the shortest episode of Geek.io
Oh,
ever.
that's great.
Episode 26, recorded Thursday, the 26th of June, 2014. Wait, what? Episode 26?
I don't know.
Welcome Somebody else is talking. Your weekly dose of geek and goodness, episode 68, recorded Thursday, the 26th of June, 2014. I'm your host, CJ Boat.
Get it right, bitch.
I'm Alexandra Scholl.
I'm Jared Esvito. I actually have my camera on.
I
don't
very
know where
well
I'm
may
falling
be
line anymore.
Jared Budlong. Oh, I skipped Rachel. Just kidding.
I don't know where I fall in line anymore. I feel so displaced.
That's after half a cup of sake, everybody.
That's all it takes. Strong
Shut up.
stuff.
Hey, the video's still
No, it
playing.
actually requires me having the thing open.
That's
I hear
what
a
he
mysterious
said.
voice. Making fun of us.
Campbell.
No, it wasn't Dale Campbell.
Yeah, the voice that was speaking definitely has a worse accent than Dale's. So.
Oh!
Oh, speaking of Dale's voice, I need to borrow you for some Google things, Dale.
This is the Geek.io show. Joining us this week is JD from How It's Back and the Comic Alliance.
What up? What up? What up? What up? How are you? Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
I guess you could say that I'm...
Okay. Yeah.
What?
See
Yeah.
what you see what I did there?
Thank y'all for having me. It's such an honor to be on the show.
Thanks for coming on finally again. You are one of the worst people to get on this damn show. You know that?
Why is that?
Because you are.
Well,
I
you know
think
what?
he means hardest, not worst.
Well, I feel honored
I can
either
think
way.
I can think of two people who are worse.
Jared,
Oh.
don't take this away from me, you douche. Let me have this moment. Oh, damn it. I just sprayed myself in the face with phone cleaner.
What?
Probably
Like,
shouldn't inhale and/or eat.
I have a spray bottle, and I had it the wrong way, and I sprayed it, and it hit me in the face.
Fantastic.
Right?
Um,
Yay, me!
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, that's
so
uncalled for.
somebody can't get their mic to work. What's going on now?
Doot.
Oh, yeah. What's going on?
What?
Somebody broke something.
So, how's everybody doing? Everybody doing good?
Okay.
I'm feeling it.
So, should probably give a little bit of a shout out to the new thing on the network that JD is doing. Something with a actual relatively regular schedule, soon to start again in July, second Tuesday of every month of the Comic Alliance with myself and Alexander Show.
And the best part is it's all current. If you're a Howard Stacks fan, you're going to get to hear me talk about shit that happened like yesterday.
Whoa.
Not in a month when that episode comes out.
Right. What the fuck are you doing? You're ruining the surprise. It's like sitting too close to the wrestling ring. You don't ever want to do that.
Yeah, really.
Alright.
But yeah, we do the Comic Alliance. It's fun and epic, and we talk about comics. We just finished Forever Evil, and it was a lot of fun to read and even more fun to talk about, and I'm more excited now than I am ever to be back in comics again now that we have the Alliance going. I think it's going to be awesome.
Once a month right here on the network.
I want to go ahead and point out the support from our cohorts. They're like, yeah, we're so excited. And they're like, oh, fuck that show.
I haven't had a chance to listen, and I'm not, as we found out on How It Stacks, I'm not a comic reader.
Oh, okay. First and foremost, about you read your books. Some of them.
I did.
Halfway
I read.
through.
Look, okay, it was a 600-page novel. Come
How
on
could I
now.
be
He has a point.
How could I be the only one who finished it?
Nightfall is a bitch to read. Seriously, I'm not even gonna.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie about it being a pain in the dick to read. I'm just saying, like, that was the one show that got pushed back and pushed back and pushed. We had like 3 months to read that fucking book.
It was
So Bubba fell asleep in the middle of that book.
And here's the worst part. It's got more pictures than words, Jared.
I hate you.
No.
But JD, I'm like you. I like to look in the background of the pictures to look for the detail that they couldn't put in words. So actually,
I see what you're doing now.
Oh, so you're playing the artist card. Is that what you're saying?
No, he's making fun of me because I caught on to him and Willis.
Right, bitch.
Because like Willis, I think Willis, he goes. Willis said that he prefers books to comics because of that's his medium he prefers now, and I argued that I think it takes more to be a comic artist than it does to be a writer because I'm naive and ignorant. But I think
I appreciate your honesty.
At least you're honest, exactly.
Yeah.
But
that depends on whether or not your comic artist is also the one that's writing.
Well, my theory is this, right? So in a page, I have unlimited pages to write a story, just unlimited. But in a comic, I've got X amount of panels provided by the publisher that I've got to fill the story with and create a scene by. And I just think it takes a certain amount of creativity to be able to do that the way that they do it, as opposed to, hey, you've got infinite number of pages. Let me know when you're done, J.K. Rowling, 700 fucking pages.
And 50 million books.
Yeah, hell, like Georgia.
JD has not read the Song of Ice and Fire books.
Well, I see them too, but my point is they've got unlimited space as opposed to a specific amount of space and a specific amount of time to do it in. I just think
there's also less going on in each page than in a properly written book.
I disagree, dude. And then one of those things.
You're wrong, and you should feel bad.
No. I've looked at comic panels and I keep going back to this one, and I'm sorry, I will let you, Chaos Child, jump all over me. Not like that. That sounded bad.
Can I get that clip? Can I get that text?
Yeah, what I'm saying is that if you look at certain panels in comics, you will see 3 pages worth of book content easily. And a great example is when Azrael's losing his shit on a gang of thugs, and in the background, Robin's like. That's all I'm saying.
So tune in next time on the Comic Alliance.
On the Comic Alliance,
to discuss why Batman.
Alex, who's an artist, versus CJ, who's trying to become an author. This will be great.
Well, I'm an
Get 'em,
artist
Alex.
and an author. I'm the
Get 'em,
writer
Alex.
and illustrator for my book. I don't do one or the other. I do both.
Yeah. Hey,
And then JD is
lay
dissing
it
both
down.
of them by
Yeah,
going, authors.
No.
Whatever.
And guess what? I've interviewed artists. What? Dropping the mic.
I've interviewed and been interviewed. So.
Ooh. Been interviewed.
And wrote a thesis.
Okay, really quick before we go on to Dale,
written a thesis.
newest segment before we move on into gadgets, games, and gizmos. Dale,
Hang on. I've got a theme for this. It's right here. That's the theme.
So we did this once before. We were talking about Google Voice stuff, and I got a couple really great ones while I've been job hunting. So because Dale has,
This is fantastic.
and it was either him or the Queen reading, and you know me.
Wait, I thought Dale was the Queen.
Can I go on record and say I prefer Dale to read them?
No. I want Dale to read them too.
What?
So, yes, Dale reads.
Alright, okay, here we go. Yep, this is the theme. I'm not playing that theme again because it takes too much effort. You've got a new voicemail.
Don't read the
from
number.
Phone number. I'm going to say that.
Hey, hold on. Before we start this game, I'm brand new to the show. I would like to hear what we're talking about.
I would too. I haven't been here for
Hi.
a couple of weeks. What is this?
This is
Hi,
new
Chuck.
starting today.
This is old
this is
coming
valid
back
today.
as new.
We've been doing Dale reads Urban Dictionary, but I thought this would be funnier for him to read.
This will be more fun. Okay.
So this is a
Transcript.
message that
I don't
CJ
think I have-
received on Google Voice.
Here,
Yeah, Google
I'll-
Voice listens
up.
to the message and translates it. And now Dale is going to read word for word Google's translation of a message that CJ received.
Can I start?
Hey, whoa, hold on.
JD, shut up!
Stop!
Somebody mute him.
All of y'all.
Hi, Chuck. Tickets modeling, putting some help. I can't do this.
Dale, have faith.
Modeling,
Come
putting
on,
some
dude, you can do it.
help a lot in an office. And I've tried to Sylvia times. And we have again with you soon. And so data. And I think that excited up on mine as for that. And what that, mister? Holy shit!
Dale can't do it with a straight
I
face.
can't
We're
do
missing
it.
all of it now.
Gosh.
I'm under too much pressure. There's too many people around. And as for that, and was at Mister that they gave me a call at number expected to be my number, phone number. It's a video, gents.
Can you read the other one, CJ?
We have that he seems like to do evening. Thank you. Okay. I
No.
need okay. If we're going to do this again, I need to have less people around because then I can edit it.
I feel bad because CJ could only facepalm so hard in the background right there.
No, I'm sorry, I totally fucked that up.
Dale, it's okay, you're Australian. There is no excuses for
There
that.
you go. There you go.
CJ, can I read
I
Thank
need
You
to be
76?
prepared.
Please?
Yes.
Please?
Yeah, read thank you 76. Show us how it's done.
You've got a new voicemail from insert number here. Transcript. Thank you, Gmail. Hi, Chad. This is Mom. I feel comfortable, and I think Office since I have been positioned for my system. I respect that, and I go to the gym for fries.
What?
So, just wishing you get this. Entice for data. I said he just checked. Give me a call at insert number here. Let me to pick my number. Insert number here. He said yes! And for you, since we have just like to get 76.
And that's a video, gents.
That's Alright, let's move on to our segment.
Gadgets, games, and gizmos.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. I don't know how we can follow that up. This is Gadgets, Games, and Gizmos, where we talk about all the stuff that we have been playing with this week, and of course, we have 2 failures, as Rachel quickly types something. Ha! In chat. But I was looking at it. And I don't think JD knows how to open up things in Google Docs. So
I don't believe in your stuff.
It's okay. You're from Ohio. I understand.
He doesn't believe.
Yeah, we know that Midwest mentality is real hard to get.
Yeah.
Your Chick-fil-A at lunch in middle school.
That was bullshit.
Can't let that
Okay,
go.
by the way, that's complete and total bullshit. Okay, I grew up in Ohio too, and that is complete bullshit.
Hey guys, we also had Pizza Hut, okay? So let's not get too carried away.
What the?
Oh my
Bullshit!
god, I love Pizza Hut.
You are a horrible liar, and you should feel bad.
We got our pizza from Athens Pizza.
I don't feel bad. I feel like enrolling in high school again to go to lunch.
We just got those hexagonal pizzas.
Yeah, those were good too.
No, in real Ohio, that's what we got too.
With the bright orange cheese and the
yes.
And the fake
Real
real Ohio.
What I think was beef.
You put taco sauce on them, and they were delicious.
Like I said, in real Ohio.
I'm not sure if they were food,
so
but they were
bad.
tasty.
They were awesome. I wish I could
I
buy
don't know
those.
what Narnia, Ohio that JD grew up in, but in real Ohio, things were normal.
Nadia, Ohio?
Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous, dog.
Everyone's jealous. That's why we can't let it go.
No, I'm not jealous because I know it's not a thing.
I'm not jealous. You grew up in Ohio.
Hey, JD, what have you been doing this week?
Rachel makes a point.
Oh.
Tell us what you've been doing, apart from fake Ohio.
Oh, me or Rachel?
You.
Oh, I have been.
dear.
I've
I have
discovered.
something in the dock.
Well, your dock is not as impressive as my no dock because it won't load on my phone. I discovered this.
Apple product.
You're a douche.
My dock brings all the boys to the yard.
I'm sure it does, Australian Dale. I'm sure it does. I was like, I had to rush my wife to the ER earlier this week, and while we were like there waiting, she's fine now. I guess that was a really bad way to segue into this part of the conversation.
Especially not telling us.
Yeah, she's fine now. So we're doing well. But then while we were in the waiting, I was like, she was asleep in the bed, and I was trying to figure out like what I could do with my time waiting for the doctors. So I was searching like iOS games and stuff like that, and I found this really cool game called Two Dots. Have y'all heard about it?
Nope.
2 dots. Yeah, boy.
It's pretty much like, I guess the way I could like summarize it is I don't know. It's basically connect the dots.
iOS version of 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
I'm not talking about your
Canes, 2
fantasies.
canes.
I'm just talking about this game, and I'm trying to describe it. I can't.
You're playing it,
2
not me.
dots. Yeah.
But anyway, it's a fun game, man, and it's like super addictive. The only part that I don't like is it continues the modern trend of app gaming, which is where it's like, if you want to buy another life, pay 99 cents.
Yeah, the freemium model.
Yeah, or you can just wait 20 minutes and it gives you the life back. So needless to say, like I'll play for like 30 minutes and then set the phone down for like 2 hours and then come back and play the game again, and it costs me nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's good at least.
What's that?
I said that's good at least.
Yeah,
rather than
it's
not letting you play again.
Exactly, and it's fun, but it is like one of those like brain teasing games where you've got to like be calculative and all that good stuff.
So how can you good?
I don't like you.
He might follow you again. What's that?
I did start another I'm still digging digital comic reading. If you listen to the Alliance, I just got into it, or How It Stacks, and it is so much fun and so glorious to have like 97 comics on my iPad and just read them whenever I fucking feel like it. It's amazing. Ugh.
Now you know how I read all of my comics all of the time.
Well, here's the thing, though, and maybe you can like give me some insight. Like, I'm still a collector too, so if there's an issue that I really, really want, I'll buy it. You know, like all the comics on my iPad.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as collecting goes, like, I don't know. Like, I'm torn between buying them digitally and then buying the hard copies now.
Well, okay. Here's the thing: when you buy the digital copy, quote buy, you are infinitely renting it. That can be taken away from you at any time. If you are
that's exactly
if you are a proper collector, you will not buy it from Comixology. You will buy it from a bookstore.
Well, see, that's my thing. Like on digital, on media in general. Like if I'm buying media, or I will buy a hard copy because like I am that guy who believes that when revolution happens, I've got to have my DVDs and Blu-rays because they won't work. But I'll have to have them anyway for like coasters and stuff to elevate stuff. That's it. That's all I got.
All right, you get to pick who goes next.
I want Alex to go next because I feel like she's staring at me with like hurtful eyes.
No, I just happen to be doing something else at the same time. But no, I have a big long list of stuff.
Ooh, big long. That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
what did I do this past week? I'm super tired for one. Been working all week. I finished all 5 of my prompts and was interviewed on the Beyond the Playlist podcast as part of the Artist Roundtable edition, and the episode actually runs, I think, an extra hour because it's a special event. And let's see. Oh my gosh, I spent most of this week rendering videos and catching up on stuff. I ended up losing a couple episodes of my Artcast because Justin TV changed their video policy in that they do not hold on to
Son of a bitch.
videos anymore. And I didn't know that. I have a way to record it now, but I ended up losing 3 episodes.
That's dumb.
There's like a gap now. But yeah.
That blows a dry anus.
Let's see. I plan to go and see The Edge of Tomorrow.
It's funny because we're at the edge of tomorrow already.
And then you'll...
It is tomorrow.
Again tomorrow?
In like an
I was about to say, yeah, it's not the edge of tomorrow for me because it is
It will
tomorrow.
be for me in an hour. But yeah.
It's 12:50.
It's the edge of yesterday for Dale.
The edge of yesterday is the
day
sequel
after
to the
yesterday
anime.
for Dale.
But yeah, my boyfriend saw it already and he said it was really good, so I'm planning to go see it tomorrow. I wish we could go see it together, but Oceans. Kind of
You should go see it before the 2-week cutoff for the SmackDown. I highly recommend that.
Pretty sure it's already done, isn't it?
No, it ends today. Tomorrow for you guys.
I managed to look at some of the stuff for games that are upcoming, and I kind of really want The Divide. I don't even like FPSs, but I really want this one. Or technically it's a 3, whatever. But it reminds me of Fallout, like Fallout 3, but an MMO, but better, and not actually trying to be an MMO, even though it is. It looks kind of awesome, and the trailer made me cry.
What? Now, what game is this?
It's really sad. It's called The Divide. It's based on 2 Tom Clancy books. Or is it The Division? I don't remember. It's something about dividing. It's really sad.
It's the Division. That's why I'm like, The Divide. I've never heard of that before.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said Tom Clancy. I'm like, oh, The Division.
Okay, well, I just saw the trailer for it today, so there we go. I will fix it in the doc. But yeah. I saw the trailer for that. I do recommend going to see it, but be warned, there are probably things that would trigger people, like child death and suicide.
Ugh.
I did tear.
Damn, it's not a math game for kids. What a shame.
It looks really good though. The way that it works is the quests and the stuff that you can do in the game are entirely dependent on what it is that you're doing while you walk around. So it's going to be different for every person. The interface looks really good. All of the dialogue that you hear in the little playtest trailer thing is actually just people talking. is that if you turn your radio on to hear like radio chatter, you'll hear other players that have headsets talking to one another. And I think when you form a party, you can talk to them through your headset and so on and so forth, and you can be tactical about what you do. And of course, I'm sure once the game comes out, you'll have plenty of people just running around screaming random, obnoxious Xbox stuff at each other.
See, that's what upsets me so much about games, that like, you know, that people slave in a closet to create an experience like that, and then you got one that's like, I just titty banged your mama, you know, like running around like it ruins that for me, man.
Your
Like,
guys are peeing a penis on their belly.
yeah, Yahoo!
Budlong's currently slaving off in a closet right now. So there you go. There's that.
That's what he calls it.
That's not the word that I would think of. You know?
That's what they call it these days.
Is that some Australian slang that we're going to find on Urban
If you
Dictionary?
slave off too much, Budlong, you'll go blind.
Ooh.
No, let's see what else did I do, because I did a couple other things.
Slaving.
I didn't get to do any Skyrim this week. I've been too busy. But I did get to play a little bit of Team Fortress 2.
I started Mass Effect again.
Yay, me.
Yay! Actually, speaking of Mass Effect, you've helped me segue into my last thing.
I know, it's what I do, girl.
That's how he rolls.
I'm a member of Rev 72, and they're the ones who make the Manufactured Alliances movie series. The second one is coming out soon. But we did a little bit of we do little shorts and stuff in between episodes. And there's one called, what is it called? I have to remember the exact name. It is called The Hipster Collector Coffee Snobs. And the character that I have somehow begun playing because the voice was just too funny, her name is Brenna, and she's an Asari hipster. At least she acts like a hipster. And I got to do my first role in that video, and it's actually pretty funny.
That was awesome.
I thought it was funny.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I got to do that. So I get to be an obnoxious
Can you move
Asari
on?
that might
That's
have
hilarious.
magical
I
superpowers.
loved it.
But yeah, that's all I've been doing this week.
All right, who's next?
CJ.
I'm next. I borrowed a link of Zelda, a Legend of Zelda, a Link Between Worlds.
A Link of Zelda.
That's actually, that would be a pretty good name for a Zelda game, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Also, probably the XXX porn parody.
That too.
I borrowed a Link Between Worlds from a buddy of mine, Delbert, the one guy who was on the show a couple weeks ago talking about E3 with us. And it's another Zelda game. It is the direct sequel to A Link to the Past. So
Really?
the mirror world gets a name, and because Nintendo has to go through all of the puns. Okay, I'm gonna throw a softball here. All right, what's the kingdom that Link is in?
Hyrule.
Yes. All right. If you're taking a mirror world of Hyrule, what do you think it would be called?
Low metric?
You were
Rule.
close. It's low rule.
High?
Low rule.
It's almost like what Jazz calls Raoul. It is another. I mean, they did change some things around. Like you can rent the items that you would normally get in the dungeons for super cheap until you die, and then they're taken from you.
Oh wow, okay.
And you can pick what order you do the dungeons in. So you can go do the horrible, horrible water level first if you never want to play the game again.
I hated all their water levels.
Oh, it's not any better in a 2D
come on! You don't love
world.
the iron boots and walking around on the.
No, that's almost as bad as. Is it the Lost Forest and Ocarina in Time that you
Yes.
actually get them? Okay, God.
Mm-hmm.
It was the soundtrack in that made that one so bad.
Hey! Listen!
Hey! Hey! Look at me!
I don't have that handy.
I know.
Actually, hang on.
Okay, we get it.
I can do this. Hang on.
Oh, she had the button.
Hey, listen! Damn.
Oh, I do have
I
that.
think even Dale's gonna bust his vocal cords out on this one.
Easy
There you go.
simmer down,
But-
simmer down.
Nintendo continues their trend of making horrible, quote-unquote comedic sidekicks. Yeah, like Navi, And what was the weird guy in the green one piece with way too
Tingle.
much?
Tingle.
Tingle.
Who's the annoying one in Twilight Princess? The little Midna. Yeah. Midna. That's her.
Midna.
Midna was pretty
Midna. Not
She wasn't as bad, I guess, but
no, she's not as bad.
terrible.
And then you got the annoying rabbit guy who breaks it, who you bring from the brink of death into your house, and he takes it over, makes it a shop, and charges you for all the shit.
Charges you for all the shit.
Well, how else are you gonna get a magic bomb?
I can't wait to use bomb arrows. Just saying.
It's another Zelda game, so it's great if you love the Zelda games, and I love the Zelda games. But
I love Zelda games.
It's literally this. It's the same game except for the fact that you could turn into a painting. That's it.
I even like that water one where it took like 30 minutes to get from one side of the world to the other.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm still have my sick addiction to Marvel Heroes. The game is really freaking fantastic. Oh my god. I no longer have the desire to purchase the Diablo 3 expansion pack. I want to just get more Marvel Heroes. And also...
You saying that I might have to leave you.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit, dog.
Oh. Hello.
But now I can buy the expansion pack for Diablo 3 because I have a job! Oh my god. And of course this will be the last time you hear about it because it just...
Well done, sir.
I hope I shall be so fortunate soon.
It's been a rough couple of weeks, and it's
been a long road.
Or a couple of
Hey,
months.
for 9 weeks, I can say at least I didn't lose all my hair.
It's true.
There you go. Well,
You have very nice hair.
So, Rachel, what have you been doing?
Staring off blankly into space until 4 o'clock in the morning.
Let's get fucked up.
She's been doing There you go.
Spending a lot of time at Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. I don't know. What else have I been doing? Oh, we went and saw, Earth to Echo.
How was that?
Wait till it comes out.
Okay.
On DVD.
On like, Netflix.
Yeah.
It wasn't, okay, it wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't great.
Is it gonna get?
The trailer made him sound.
How about that?
Was narrating. Is that one
The
kid
kid
who's
actor.
basically narrating the movie just as bad in the movie as he sounded in the trailer, acting wise?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
Not want to do that.
Yes and no.
That's okay. It'll still make me another $1 million at least.
I would be impressed if it made you $1 million.
Money. Buddy?
I'll
I need another buddy.
Dale has no idea what
Money.
this money thing you speak of it.
I don't know what this. Surprisingly, I'm not coming last. So there you go.
Yet.
For the kind of movie it looked like it was, I don't think that needed to be a found footage movie.
No,
it really didn't.
Is there anybody else burnt out on the found footage thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I will say
never
this.
got
I was
into the
burned
found
out on the
footage
found footage when Blair Witch Project came out.
All
That
right,
should
first
tell you
and
something.
foremost, I loved that shit.
I get motion sick.
That shit.
I get motion sick
Okay, then if you
big fucking
get
time.
if you get motion sickness, then do not watch the Convergence miniseries that comes out before the movie. I'm just giving you a heads up.
Well, see, if it's not,
Yeah.
Blair Witch Project,
JD just lost himself on a... Wait,
But-
I just want to point out here that... Wait, hold on. Never mind. I read the email wrong. Shut up, CJ.
What? Did you get another Google Voice translation?
No. No.
I don't know. I think my problem
I
with
can go-
found
I can go
footage
for-
is
I can go for
shaky
one.
cam. then that's pretty
Yeah,
much
shaky
my
cam.
problem. I hate shaky cam with a burning passion.
I loved
don't-
Cloverfield.
Never
don't
saw
like
Cloverfield.
It's good.
Because the whole premise of it being found footage was fine until you think about the fact that it's one dude who's refusing to put down his camera while everyone around him dies.
Yes.
There you
I'm
go.
like, dude, at that point, everyone would have just dropped their camera, which is why I didn't mind when Chronicle did it, because it had footage from other locations too.
Yeah, Chronicle.
It pushed it a
Chronicle
bit
I
towards
actually
the end,
enjoyed.
but it wasn't that bad. But in Cloverfield, I'm like, dude, any sane person would have already thrown that camera to the ground and been like, I am done, I'm gone, bye.
Yeah. Fuck
Hang
this
out
shit
with
out.
it.
Peace out. A-Town down.
All his friends would have been like, you're insane, we're leaving, bye. It's broadcasting.
Chronicle I actually enjoyed. Chronicle was not a bad found footage movie, and it's not as super shaky as the other ones have been.
Yeah. Only time I thought it was a bit much is when they showed up at the girl's house near the end, and she just so happened to be recording with her web show, and it just so happened to be pointed at the door, and the audio
Of
just
course.
so happened to be good enough to hear them talking, and she just so happened not to turn it off.
Wow, you obviously know nothing about recording because it's always like that.
Yeah. It's like on those reality shows when she
I called
just
BS.
decides to call somebody and then somehow magically there's a camera in the person they're calling's house. Waiting for them to call.
Dude, do you remember us being
That's all I
forced
like.
to watch like Big Brother and Joe Millionaire like on Farmer Food Night? Do you remember those days?
I'd
I
try to
know.
forget about those.
Those were so bad.
Yeah, I distracted us, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
What?
Rabbit
I
holes
have
is
no
what we
problem
do.
with problems
Rachel, what else you been doing?
I've been dealing with exceptionally stupid people.
CJ.
And for once I can say it's not CJ.
Yay!
Yay!
I think.
No, 9 weeks of CJ home. Other than he's, come
Hey,
close.
hey, he's sitting right there. He's sitting right there.
Oh,
Be careful.
I've told him this. I have a friend who she and I talk. Actually, over
Terrible
school work.
news, I'm sorry.
And
What? He has a friend. What? I'm confused.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what's
Shut
going
up,
on.
JD.
Carry on.
and her mother has been. She and I were talking because I was very stressed out. And she goes, my mom has always said relationships are 80% love, 20% loathe. And I went, okay, I can totally see that. I said, but there's one problem. I said, mine's only 19.9% loathe. She goes, what's the other 0.1%? I said, where the fuck is the body bag?
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, I love CJ. I really do. Really, I do. No, stupid people. When you are given an assignment for a class, keeping in mind your classes for this semester, because it's summer, are only 10 weeks long. And actually, this particular one is actually only 8 weeks long. So your professor emails you a group project and who you're working with before week 1.
As they should, yes.
Yeah. Hey, this is for your group project. When it gets closer to it, reach out to your partner and figure it out. It's really it's a very straightforward project, like very straightforward. And I emailed my partner on the Saturday night before the project is supposed to be due on the Sunday, the Sunday after the next day. So that's 8 days before the project.
Yeah, Sunday week, yeah.
Yeah. So she emails me back on Sunday saying, oh, I've not even looked at this. Okay, not everybody's like me and anal retentive about getting their shit, 2 weeks in advance. And okay, I can respect that. I emailed her on Monday saying, hey, I've got this and this done for the project. Let me know what you think you want to contribute to the project. Her email returned to me as, oh, well, our professor's calling us because I have him for another class and have questions. I'll get back to you.
What?
Okay. Yeah. So I email her on what was it, Wednesday, CJ, or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. No, it was Wednesday, because I gave her Tuesday to figure her shit out. I emailed her at like 12 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday morning saying, hi, I have what I feel is approximately half of this done. Please email me and let me know what you feel is half. I know the project is very straightforward. I don't want to be scrambling last minute for this.
Like you do.
Yeah. I don't like being panicked. I don't like scrambling and feeling like I'm,
scrambling
I'm dying.
over eggs.
She doesn't email me. No, it was Wednesday. You were right, CJ. She emails me back Thursday saying, oh, well, you need to call me about this. But Wednesday night at 9 o'clock at night, she was posting in the discussion forums. So you could post in the discussion forums, but you couldn't email me back.
That sucks.
Uh-oh.
And about, let's see, she emailed, I've actually got the emails in my box here. She emailed me at 7:27 p.m. I had already called my professor at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He called me back 5 minutes later. And I told him all of this that had transpired, and he goes, she's shit out of luck.
You get nothing!
Exactly. My professor gave me a huge compliment. He goes, I know your work ethic. I know your work style. I know your work quality. I'm going to assume that you're done with it. I said, I have everything that's required for it. I just haven't written all of it up. I wrote half of it up because I figured I was only going to do half of the project. He goes, but you covered your ass, didn't you? And I went, yep.
Don't play that.
So
I'll fall asleep.
I waited because she likes to wait until the next day to answer my emails, and she emailed me at like 7:30 at night. I waited until noon the next day, which would have been Friday, to say, oh, I'm so sorry you've had a rough week, because she decided to say, oh, my son fell and hit his face on concrete. It's been a rough 3 days. Okay, so you couldn't email me 3 days ago and tell me this?
Did he do his face?
I'm like, oh. And she's like, oh, well, he's 10 and he fell next to the pool when he was running around. And I'm like, okay, so you really want me to care that your 10-year-old son was stupid enough to run around a wet pool? Like, okay, really?
Your kid hit himself bad enough that you need to be attentive to him for 3 days. You should have called the professor about this, because that's not a small thing. That's a major injury.
Yeah.
What does Professor Willis have to do? I'm just kidding.
So
Shut up, Diddy.
I emailed her back, and I'm like, look, I've actually already got the project completed. I'm handing it in. I've already spoken to our professor, because every time I've emailed you, you've put me off and avoided answering the question on what you are going to help me with this project with. So I took it upon myself to go ahead and just complete the project, and contacted our professor, and, well, the project remains the same, and you're on your own now. It's the same project, the same requirements, but you don't get to do half now.
I think I have a clip from the professor.
Shall not pass!
Well done.
I love when that clip's using.
Oh my god, I love you right now.
Fantastic.
Best use of Gandalf.
Budlong wins an internet.
So, long story short, she emails me, okay, the first excuse was her 10-year-old son falling on the concrete outside. Her very next email was, you should have called me about this. I don't pick up the phone and call my own mother half the time. What makes you think I'm going to get on a phone with you where you can turn around and say that I said something that I didn't, when I can show my professor the emails that we have going back and forth and let him see how much you have fucked up? I cover my ass. You're out of luck. Oh, well, they changed my ADHD meds. Really?
Oh, good for you!
I'm like, she goes, because not that it's any of your concern, but my old ones weren't working, and it took me everything in my power to be a good, upstanding woman and not say, well, bitch, obviously the concern is not working for you either. So, and then she proceeds to be like, well, some of us have harder lives than others, and I'm like, oh, good Lord, just fucking get over yourself. Like, really?
Well, you need to tell this girl to
Of them where the trainees don't shine.
There you go.
Exactly. So, you know me. We have a certain person on the podcast network that tends to stalk somebody that really pisses him off just to see how much of a hole he's dug himself into. Yes, will not be named.
Wow, okay.
So
I'm curious as to how Budlong knows to exactly play these things right after he gets done talking.
At 11:59 p.m., I logged on to the forum to see what she had come up with. Or no, at 11:55. It was due at midnight. So at 11:55 p.m. I logged on. It still wasn't there, and I was like, fuck it. I went to bed. I'm just like, bitch, it didn't get it in. So I checked it the next morning because it said that there was new posts in the forum. Okay, who replied to what post? Well, she posted. Now the requirement was 3 articles, 2 websites. Mm-hmm. She had 3 articles. Wow. And you were supposed to do a summary of the articles in your own words. She had copied one of mine! She literally subtracted 2 sentences in the middle and posted exactly what I had posted for my second one on her first one. I went, okay. Scroll down a little further. She copied shit from the websites. Didn't change a word. Like, you copy things from websites, how sometimes you'll have that background color in the text.
Yeah,
she had the background color in the text. I'm like, really?
Cyber police.
Yep, cyber police.
I'm done. I think I'm gonna stop pressing buttons now.
I want you to keep going.
I'm
enjoying the buttons.
Ridiculous with fucking the soundboard, bro. Oh my gosh.
I'm trying.
You're doing good. I know it.
No, he's getting it. It's good, but it's like ridiculously good. Like, listen, wait till the next generation comes out.
So yeah, you copied stuff. You did it verbatim from the websites. Which, hello, that's plagiarism because you didn't have any citations, and we were required to put citations in too. Needless to say, I got a 97 on the project that I did by myself.
Nice.
Class average is a 74.
Nice.
I wonder who brought it down that far. So on that note, I'm going to break the rules. I'm going to make a Jared go, but which one?
Well, it doesn't matter. You're not breaking the rules as long as one of us go last.
That's true.
So I guess it's going to be me last.
Yeah, mine will be pretty straightforward. I finally uploaded 10 gigs of HD video for an interview for Pensacon from How It Stacks, so that's finally up. Go check it out.
10 gigs of penis con, folks.
Yeah! Dude, that interview was a blast, man. Those Mike and Manda are awesome, so yeah, kudos to those people.
Yeah, this year's gonna be pretty epic. It's gonna be good.
Hunger Games for penises.
Are not involved with Pensacon, Dale.
Right.
Lies and slander. It wouldn't be called Penis Con if it wasn't.
Oh, please.
Exactly.
However, I'm just putting this out there. I'm really gonna try and get up there this year with you guys. So.
It's fun.
Make it happen, man. Like it's a blast, dude. We're actually talking about getting a hotel so we can go out and like party with the celebs, because literally, like,
wait,
and then it'll be a Hunger Games for penises.
Well played.
Yes.
You earned that one, Dale. No, like Manda was telling us that like some of the coolest stories that they had were from like going out and partying with the celebrities after the Pensacon was over. So the guys and I were talking about, possibly getting a hotel down there for that weekend and just covering the event from like dusk till dawn.
Yeah, mine's gonna depend on a kid. So I'm gonna have a new kid by then. So it's gonna depend on how he or she is doing.
It's kind of the same reason why Jazz is being a wuss and not joining us for the entire weekend of Dragon Con.
Hey, you're lucky I'm getting up there at all.
Hey, don't feel bad, Jared. Don't feel bad about not going to Dragon Con. It's fun.
No, he should feel bad.
You have the excuse of being on the other side of the world.
You're from Narnia.
Apparently not, because I'm the only one stripping myself. So, there's that.
I can actually drive to Dragon Con in less than 8 hours.
You just won't.
Hey, according to Google Maps, I can drive across water, so, there's that.
That's how we roll.
Just gotta get
It's
in your
still better than
hovercraft.
iOS maps, just saying.
So we actually were running late today, so that's partially why we started late. So sorry. In fact, look, my son is up, and he shouldn't be.
Hey, it's like my kids.
Yeah. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. We were at a wedding rehearsal, and dinner took a long time. And then on Saturday, we're going on a date night to see X-Men First Class. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to whoever else hasn't gone, because I've had to leave a couple times. Who's left? I don't know who's
Dale,
left.
because Jazz has to go last.
Okay,
Jared,
you're up next.
You gotta keep the, system going.
You gotta keep. Well, I'll be really short because that's what I do. Semester from hell is done. Finally. Yes, that got rough there for a little period of time. But I start back in 4 weeks. Big break, much.
Break's a break. Take what you
can. Break's a break, I guess. Work for a while and then get back to the semester from hell 2.0. But no, finally got done. So I'm looking for things to do over the break. So I haven't been up to much because I just finished last Friday, funnily enough. That's why I wasn't here for 3 weeks. So I had finals, but yeah, we have 3 weeks of finals here. It's ridiculous.
3 weeks of finals and you only get 4 weeks off?
Yes.
And we wonder why Australians drink so much.
Wait, you mean you actually get weeks off?
Yes, I know. Well, actually,
I have gone 3 semesters with exactly 10 days off. Fuck you.
Hey! I'm not saying. I'm not boasting. I'm just saying I have the time off because there are some people who are doing winter classes. Like they're doing, winter. Yeah, right.
You want to dig a little bit further deeper?
Winter.
But I'm just not taking those classes because they're not applicable for me because I am not studying. I don't know. Some weird biological sciences and stuff like that.
Penis.
Yes, the Hunger Games for penises. I am not studying the Hunger Games for penises. So I already have a master's in that degree. Thank you very much.
Oh. Well done.
I wrote a thesis and everything. It was amazing. I don't know where I was going on that one. I'm just gonna stop while I'm ahead. Hey, Azavito, go.
Hold on. I'm filling in a show title because this is important. All right. So Roku finally added a YouTube app.
What?
A native YouTube app.
I know. It's been out for months.
I know. And I downloaded it. I downloaded.
I got high-speed internet, and now I can stream that TVs.
I downloaded and installed it like 2 months ago, but I'm just now talking about it because I forgot. And mostly because in the last couple of weeks, Bella came to me and we were like, she was singing Blah Blah Black Sheep or something, and she was like, I want to watch it.
Racist.
I was like, what? What?
Yeah,
watch it. We don't have anything to watch. Yeah, I know. But anyway. So I just went on YouTube and just put in like kid songs and let it play, and it played for like over an hour, and she just stood in front of the TV just mesmerized by it. And now,
are you ready for a pro tip?
Yeah.
You can do that from your phone or tablet as long as it's
I know.
a YouTube app and just go Roku.
It does. It does. I did that today actually. I paired it.
It's great.
It's pretty amazing. So now she's like Humpty Dumpty. I'm like, all right, boop 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 boop, bam, and then She's a happy person. So I haven't really watched anything interesting on YouTube other than weird cartoons of people singing nursery rhymes.
Hey, there's a new video out. It's about 49 minutes and 52 seconds about an interview with Pensacon. You might want to check that out.
Okay, I might do that.
It's around 49 minutes and 52 seconds. It's around that length.
I guess I did watch the John Oliver Dr. Oz thing. That was hilarious, and the net neutrality one, which was great.
I heard
the FIFA one is actually really good as well. If you haven't seen the FIFA one, you should.
Yeah, I saw it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Dude, World
By
Cup.
the way, I do
Hell
want to give
yes.
a shout out to Sakani on his site over at sakani2.com. He did a very interesting article on net neutrality and what it actually and if you should give a shit.
I still need to reply to that. I've had a really busy week. I really need to sit down and write down a reply because I have differing opinions.
What is it? What happened?
It's an article from Sakani about net neutrality and whether or not we should.
It's people bitching about, like, people talking about the paid fast lanes for Netflix, but T-Mobile comes out and says, hey, you can stream music, we're not touching your data plan. And everybody's like, all right, cool.
Okay, see, this is the same argument I had to have when Xbox came out. And everybody was like, what are they doing with this? And the online always, and the what? And the people, like, 3 months later, Steam was like, hey, we're going to let you share games. Everybody's like, yeah, that's going to be awesome. Like, it's the same.
It's all about how you spin it, man.
It is. It really is.
You gotta talk to the people the right way.
At the time,
paid fast lane versus this won't touch your data plan. But the thing is, all right. The thing is about this, and this is something that I put in there. It's the fact that Pandora is not throttling other people, so people on T-Mobile can get their stuff done. Whereas Netflix, the threat that CEO man, was spinning, that Netflix would have to throttle other people for those who paid for the quote fast lane.
That's some dumb shit.
It all depends on your network administrators and how they set things up and blah blah blah. There's smarter people who can figure all this stuff out.
There's a difference between
bottom line, really,
and
packets are not created equally. Whether you want to say they are or not, bits are not bits. There are packets that are more important than other packets. Your cat video is not as important as the surgeon doing remote heart surgery. Your video,
Lies and slander!
Your video stream, you don't want it buffering a whole bunch, so it's more important than your email because it's tiny and doesn't take long. But it's just a complicated argument that we don't really need to get into here.
No.
No, but write comments on Sakani's article. That's what I'm gonna do when I eventually get around to doing that.
I've got to read this article apparently.
Sounds like
we'll link it in the show notes. It's actually really, it's well thought out. He definitely put some thought into it, and kind of in his Sakani way, because it's Sakani and it's not totally fully serious. But for a Sakani post, it's really thought out. Really,
I can't believe you put Sakani and serious in the same sentence.
Yeah,
it happens. Anything is possible.
I can't believe you let a tennis shoe write an article for the network.
What?
You've never? Okay. Sakani is a tennis shoe brand. Just saying. Okay.
Sure.
Never mind.
No, that's Saucony. Saucony.
Nope, it's Sakani.
No,
What?
It's spelled totally different though.
Doesn't matter. It sounds the same in my head.
It's Saucony. Anyway. So aside from watching YouTube on my Roku with my packets in my streams, I'm still working my way through American Gods. Really, really, really good book. I hope to finish it this week. Huh?
By the way, speaking of the mighty
Neil Gaiman.
Rachel watched what was the episode of Doctor Who?
Doctor's Wife.
The Doctor's Wife, and she's looking at it the entire time, and she's like, "I'm so confused." I go, "Welcome to Neil Gaiman writing."
Yeah, I know this book is so confusing, but so
What do we
strange at the
talk
same
like?
time. I don't know. Neil Gaiman, he's a writer. He wrote 2 episodes of Doctor Who.
Which one?
The Doctor's Wife and some other one that I can't remember.
The
because
Christmas one with the evil snowman.
Oh, that was a cool one. Weird one. It was all right.
Anyway, the only thing I gotta say about this book is I've been reading, I guess, young adult fiction for way too long. So, like, this is the first adult book I've read in a long time. So I keep getting weirded out when there's a bunch of F-bombs and sex and all of that good stuff. But it's starting to get numb to it. But it just makes me laugh. And I'm like, oh, whoa. Oh, okay. Hey, wow, that was descriptive.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
I have nothing against this planet.
I was
trying
to click another one that starts with F, but it didn't.
I want to move to Mars.
Do you? Do you? Mars is cold and red, and there's no water there, so you would die.
You are inaccurate, sir. There's traces of water.
There's some water. Not enough to sustain
Mars
you.
is gray. It's
Whatever.
the atmosphere that makes it red.
Stop it with
So
all
what
your
you're saying-
science.
so
I don't
what you're
want
saying
to
is
live on
red
Mars.
Jared's
planet
just
Mars.
mad because his YouTube just started working and he hasn't realized how to use it yet.
I've been using it for months. I just haven't talked about it yet. Jeez.
Moving along.
You know what? I have one more thing that I was going to talk about. Did you know that?
I thought you were going to punish us by not talking about it, and I was really excited.
No, I'm going to punish you by talking about it because it's boring and nerdy.
Nice.
I set up a GitHub account and started syncing up a project I've been working on for a while, the model view controller library for PHP that I've been working on for like a year. I'm actually going to put it out there.
Excellent.
So I'm learning how to use Git.
Wait,
Because
I have a
There's
question.
different flavors you can get.
I have a
let's
question.
get GIT.
You put the
How long
PhD in the thing.
Thing that's not supposed to be playing.
What?
That's a question.
I do have a question. Budlong can properly give really good retorts on the soundboard to Rachel, but the person he's known for years
Lives around the corner
is
from,
completely
yeah.
inappropriate.
I know. It was actually here. What I was trying to click was this one. The one I clicked was labeled as Farnsworth, and I was trying to click this one.
Fuck off!
Because we
All
were
right,
talking
then.
about we were talking about reading adult novels, and then out of nowhere getting lots of language and sex. So I was like, I'll click. This one. I clicked Farnsworth instead.
Vito, how do you pronounce Saucony shoes?
Saucony.
You were correct.
I
had to
don't,
double check.
I don't know, but I have a clip called "What Is Sex."
What? It's the sex of the term.
Oh, it's from the stupid horrible,
Oh,
stupid color of magic is friendship or something.
oh, that's
Oh, I was
Color
thinking
of
it was
Magic,
from the
the
Labyrinth.
color of the ladybugs. Right, got it. That movie.
Wait, is that
Or
more fucking
miniseries,
pony
whatever
shit?
it was.
No. That was the one with
It
fat,
had Tim Curry in it, so
fat
it's
Tim Curry in it.
The color of the ladybug. I might make that movie.
You know, the color, and they were on the turtle, and it doesn't matter. I think it's time for us to go into halftime.
It is.
Yeah,
It is
halftime.
It's time to do some intermission. Like seriously, we really.
No,
need
we're gonna
that.
call it that. Or wait, does soccer have halftime? Is that a thing? I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
Hey, anybody watch the World Cup?
In honor
Yeah.
of the World
No,
Cup,
we don't talk
I watch Australia crash and burn. It's what I do.
He
Hey,
watched Australia go
I'm glad
under
that-
another team.
Yeah, I'm glad the U.S. is moving on. I'm kind of sad Portugal is out since that's my mother country, but. You know.
I don't know how you guys can watch that. If you really want to watch guys failing at trying to score for 60 minutes, just pick one of your random single friends and go to the bar.
Whatever. I could just
Much
try it
more
in my house
entertaining.
and do it for free.
I did that last
Exactly.
night. Yes.
I do that every day of my life. What are you talking about?
So why do you need to watch them kicking a ball when they can kick
All right. So I will chime in real
kidding, I'm
quick. So
kidding.
I've never.
Oh, JD's got something to say about about taking single men out in shorts and
This
kicking
is
balls around.
accurate. I've never watched an entire soccer game professionally ever, but I did watch the
Okay.
USA match today with Germany, and I was literally on the edge of my seat. That shit's intense. Just saying.
Ole, ole, ole.
Okay.
I don't know.
We're gonna-
I didn't
we're
really
gonna
wanna
play
watch
some
that game
ads.
at 2 a.m. this morning. I didn't want to watch that game
and-
at 2 a.m. this morning.
Give some pimp out to the rest of the network, and also we actually got permission just right before, well, just a couple minutes ago actually, from one of the people that should be joining us for like I'm like 90% sure he's joining us for Musicians Month next month, Professor Elemental. He's allowed us to use his music, and we are going to put on our fighting trousers.
Fighting trousers, yeah! That song.
It is. It's amazing. All right, folks. So, on that note, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
I'm wearing a T-shirt right now. He's wearing a T-shirt right now.
Oh, shit.
So is he. And the best part about T-shirts is you can buy one, too. And the best place to buy a T-shirt is geek-io.com/tfury. Because they sell T-shirts at T-Fury. And the best way to get there is geek-io.com/tfury. Because you can have a T-shirt, he can have a T-shirt, and I can have a T-shirt. But only if I go to geek-io.com/tfury. So this is JD from How It Stacks, and I'm wearing a T-shirt, and I approve this message. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is JD from How It Stacks, here to talk to you about ProXPN. It is a private VPN, which basically means it is going to mask your IP address, protecting your data. So if you're out on the interwebs doing things you might not need to be doing, or if you're banking online overseas, it will help mask your data and keep it completely private. And you can do this for only $6.25 a month regularly, or you can use Geek20 for 20% off. So it's a pretty stellar deal, guys. And I'm just going to be honest, with all of the stuff that we've had going on, it's a good idea to invest in something like ProXPN.com. So I am JD, and I approve this message. What's up, everybody? This is JD with How It Stacks. I'm here today to talk to you about Think Geek. We all know who they are. We all love what they sell, but the best way to get to them is geek-io.com/thinkgeek. Once again, we are proud to announce that Think Geek is a part of the Geek.io network, and the best way to get to their website is geek-io.com/thinkgeek. I am JD, and I approve this message.
Get your weekly recap of all things Android with the Android Realm podcast, an Android podcast for the rest of us. Hosted by Headphones Neil and released by The Weekend right here on Geek.io.
Jeffrey. What's that you have in your hand, boy? Pass it over. A telegram. Oh dear. Seems someone has been biting me. Fetch me my trousers at once. No, not those. Those are my time travel trousers. Those are my tea trousers. That's it. Those ones. My fighting trousers. Yeah. Dear sir, regarding your recent foray into the rap business and the scene you portray, see, I don't normally approve of war games, but he's biting you, is what they all say. And by Harry, they might be right. This is hip-hop, not an Elvis night. Shelve this professor impersonation. Let it end now, it's impertinent waiting. You seem a reasonable chap, what you need to do is rap and not parody chap-hop, cause that's not proper, just not cricket. Put away your ukulele or I'll tell you where to stick it. I don't like your tweet, sir. Will teach you the professor's ready. Not. Let's see who strikes the loudest. Lou. Put on my fighting trousers. I've got super producers and fans that play me. You have a granddad's moustache and a ukulele. Don't look around, sir, I'm speaking to you. Roll up your shirt sleeves, Queensbury rules. Never test professors with the cleverest wits. Let's settle this like gentlemen armed with heavy sticks on a rotating plate with spikes like Flash Gordon. And you're Peter Duncan. I gave you fair warning. When this George Formby clone is performing, audiences go home before he begins talking. A new career might be more rewarding. I'm a bright Brighton peer, your rap's Piers Morgan. I don't like your tweet, sir. Will teach you the professor's ready. Not. Let's see who strikes the loudest. Lou. Put on my fighting trousers. I've not seen you at ciphers or workshops with kids or gigs, dear sir. You're not worthy of this. Sold out to Coca-Cola, used for a trend, and that means you're banned from using a pen. Hope it's safe to assume you won't do it again. Set foot on my stage and get ruined again. Be out, Mr. B. I set the egg timer. There's not room in town for two gentlemen rhymers. Leave town by the end of this instrumental. Yours, etc., etc., sincerely, and so forth, Professor Elemental. I don't like your tweet, sir. Will teach you the professor's ready. Not. Let's see who strikes the loudest. Lou. Put on my fighting trousers. Oh. I'm sorry, Jeffrey, but it gets my goat. Gets my dander right up. Bloody told him. No jazz solo. This is supposed to be a diss song. Jeffrey, get off the drums.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Professor Elemental's Fighting Trousers.
On my fighting trousers.
Fantastic. We actually
That is so good, dude. Can I buy his album somewhere?
Yes. ProfessorElemental.com.
Yeah.
I hear some weird buzzing sound, by the way. I don't know if that's me.
Yeah, I hear that too.
I don't think I turned it back from studio. Hold on.
Yeah, I think it's
there.
still
We
in
go.
studio.
There we go.
My
I don't know if that buzzing is me or not.
These are my
I
fighting
wanted the professor
trousers.
to be the greatest. I wanted the professor to be in the greatest way you could possibly hear him, because that is
That is awesome, dude. Like, I was
Fighting
thoroughly
trousers. Such
he
a great.
should, like I said, we are working out a time because he's not sure if he's actually going to be in England or the UK during when we asked him to come on.
It's not the same place, just
it out.
Right.
Well, the UK isn't just England, so.
Rachel, I don't need your bed of lies.
He's from Ohio and moved to Alabama.
Not my fault that he friggin' Ohio and he chose Alabama.
Alright, so you can reach the show at twitter.com/geekio show and facebook.com/geekio show, as well as gplus.2/geekio network. Our site, which has everything you could possibly ever want on it, is geek-io.com. And of course, you can email us feedback at geek-io.com.
Oh hi! Oh hi there! I should actually leave this as a Google voicemail and see if they transcript it correctly. That'd be quite fun.
You can translate it to another language and then translate it back to English and see what it comes up with.
Ooh. Yeah, that'll be not fun for anyone at all. We are taking an anonymous survey of our listeners across the network to let you input into the show, inject your direct feedback into the show. That sounds really dirty. I don't know why. It helps us as the network understand who you are as a listener, so we can produce better programming. That sounds so happy fluffy ice cream time that's not even funny. Please take a few minutes and to visit our website, geek-io.com, and click on the survey link for all of the shows participating in the surveyation of our listeners. I don't even know if surveyation is a word. It is now. Thank you. Surveyation, the process
You are
of
reading this from Google Voice.
the process of being surveyed is probation. What
good God, what just
the
happened?
fuck just happened?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Mm-hmm. I would like to know what just happened.
What, you can't read Arabic?
I'll read that. Yours that's German, sorry.
I don't know what's happening right now. I'm so scared.
Okay.
Alright.
Speaking of being scared, before we head back to the show, and we'll pimp it again, of course, because we can never pimp it out of mouth, go over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/geekio to help us keep the lights on. As you can tell from this awesome logo from Daryl Lomos, the Dr. Shaler. Go over there, help us out. You can see some cool things that we're wanting to do. That'll be up on the site as well, by the way. So if you go to the site, geek-io.com, there will be a big flashing banner on the top of the page. You just click on that, it'll go over to Patreon, and you can help us out. You see the cool stuff that we're wanting to do, except with Budlong, who refuses to leave Alabama. So
Well, bro, I'm coming to his defense, dog. He totally came to us with Pensacola, record an interview.
that's like 10 feet away. That's southern Alabama. It doesn't count.
Although I can't talk on the other side of the world. But anyway, there's that.
Yeah, but you said you'd come over here if we paid you enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Budlong's like, I don't care how much you pay me.
Nobody
I'm
likes
going
a liar,
to sleep
Dale.
in my Japanese stuff, and I'm not.
Hey, if you pay me $20 million, of course I'll move. What are you
Dude,
talking about?
if I had $20 million to pay you, I wouldn't. I'd keep it.
Ooh, burn.
I'm just
That's
playing.
Heartbroken.
I'd pay you, Dale. I would. You're a
Ooh.
sweetheart.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to pay me. You still owe me.
All right, and then we're moving on.
Find escape.
like white stuff.
Oh, geek out! I hit the button because I had it up. This is the Geek Out segment where we try and pick a subject and try and stick to it as long as humanly possible. I should create a timer on how long we actually stay on topic. I can guarantee it'll never get above 5 minutes. This
Stay
week's
on topic.
Stay on topic.
comes to us.
Stay on topic.
The racist himself, Jared Budlong. What are we talking about this week?
Talking about
assisted driving cars.
We're talking about assistant driving cars being here in the future.
We're talking about Budlong's hatred of the Japanese.
Smashable.
We're gonna talk about Final Fantasy 7.
All right.
7.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
It is.
This is totally not a sales pitch for self-driving cars, but they're pretty awesome. I don't know, but like, you can't just interrupt me at any point.
Where did he go?
I don't think he's away again.
I don't know. Hell with him. I have to say, I am fucking in love with River Song.
You were what?
Wow.
You were what?
What?
What was that? That was less
What?
than 60 seconds before we got off topic.
You were over River Song.
No, I am in love with River Song. There is a big difference.
You should be. She is quite glorious, and I will be honest, when I first met her, I was hesitant to love her, but then I grew to do so. And I am watching
Kenneth
David.
River Song is kind of not really fully lovable, and then like you get her into the Matt Smith world, it's like, oh my god.
Like, they did her, like, it's just, that was,
you could love...
But
Well, I
like,
would do her too, but that's beside the point.
Yes.
the best, that was the, like, to this day, the best twist or plot, whatever, that was the biggest reveal I can possibly imagine of any TV show or anything that I've been involved with. Like, that literally blew my mind when that episode happened. Blew my mind.
Well, we can totally love River Song as much as we can love self-driving cars.
AKA, Dale just read the article.
No, I have not even finished reading the article.
Okay, so, alright, here we go. We've all heard about Google's self-driving car, right? We heard that today.
The Google Street View, yeah, got it.
No.
No.
That's where half-naked men run behind cars acting like assholes.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
I went through some Google or the whatever it is, Google Street View, whatever that crap, and some of the outtakes, and there's literally a couple getting it on Google View for the entire world to see. I was blown. I was like, oh my god.
He was blown away too.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't blown away. He was just getting blown. There's a big difference.
It looked like he had a couple more strokes left before he blew. I'm just saying.
Alright, so I mean, there are a couple more cars that are hands-free driving coming to new cars starting in 2015, reports Mashable. The Cruise RP1 is a system the company calls an autopilot for the road. That's Google's Cruise RP1. It comes with a giant button that says Cruise.
I know. And then when you push that button, Tom Cruise appears out of the
he runs.
And he starts jumping in your back seat.
Yes.
He jumps in your back seat and drives your car.
Expressing his deep desire and love for you.
Yes, and then preaches Scientology or whatever that thing is. Yeah, that thing. Okay.
Yes, Scientology. But there are the system itself costs $10,000 to put into a car. So take any car and add $10,000 more to it, and you too, if you live in certain select areas of California, can have your car drive itself.
None of us live in California, so that's helpful.
I find it very helpful for my car to drive itself.
If I could afford a
Only in
Tesla,
California.
Certain areas.
I would totally do it.
Yeah,
I see the positives and very, very, very little negatives aside. Like, I think the only negative to a self-driving car is ego. You know.
Yes, there will be many egos.
Well, it's because it's like, I mean, trust me, there's not like sometimes there's just nothing wrong than, you know, getting behind a wheel, going fast, you know, and just enjoying the road. But in the same token, like, if we're very much becoming a productivity-driven culture where our time is money and money is time, and to be able not to drive to a 45-minute commute, yet spend that time in the office doing paperwork, etc., from your tablet or other device, I see that benefit like tremendously.
Wait a sec. You want to get to the office and do paperwork on your electronic devices? Who are you?
No, you want to do it on your electronic device while you're driving to the office.
Ah.
Yeah, exactly. So when I get to the office,
So when I get there, my
emails
email's already done. I can just start doing my thing.
The first point still stands. You want to do that stuff?
Well, no.
Nobody wants to do it, but you get paid to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose I haven't worked in an office for a long time, so
I see the benefit of it. The only downside is the just massive amount of ego that's going to get behind it and go, well, I don't need to drive my car, blah 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 blah, you know, and people, you know, not using the system like it should. Now, granted, I can see some, you know.
I can see a benefit from it for those people who physically cannot drive for certain reasons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See our resident blind person.
Yeah, get off my lawn.
He's not completely blind, but he's visually impaired to a point that he cannot physically drive.
You talking about Dale?
No, CJ.
I love you.
He just drives on the wrong side of the road.
I just drive on the wrong side of the road.
No, I mean, like, I think it's one of those things, and it's people are getting caught up on it because for the wrong. I think it just needs to be embraced because it's truly something that's going to be beneficial to society. I mean, how great would it be to go, you know what? I don't have to worry about dying because Joe Blow the retard is not going to be driving his car today. The fucking computer will that's guided by GPS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I've personally lost friends because they've driven like retards. You know what I mean? So
I'm from New York. Most people drive like retards. I live in Florida. Even more people drive like retards.
Yeah.
You know,
How accurate is the GPS going to be? Exactly. That's my point. Computers have glitches too.
So, dude, I guarantee you, if you put a computer in a car and a person in a car, and they're both doing the same thing, the human will make the mistake first, just because it's nature. Not saying that's a bad thing.
Well, my GPS has tried to get me to drive onto a ferry that didn't exist, and tried to tell me to go off the road.
Have you ever run a stop sign or a red light, or sped?
My GPS told me to go down a road that was a completely dirt. Looked like I was going to be through a creepy rape movie.
Have you gotten lost before the GPS?
I'm just saying it doesn't seem like...
No, because I know how to read a fucking map!
Yeah, whatever.
It just seems like
I think we're getting stuck on the GPS part because it is much more than GPS that's doing this.
Oh, no, I know.
My point is...
That's the element of it, though. Yeah.
I like... The point I'm trying to make is I think that if we allow ourselves to believe that by putting the computer in control of something like that, then we lose total control and there's just going to be errors and errors and errors. And I disagree. I think that by doing so, we'll create freedom for us to do what we have to do.
The computers will get better over time.
Honestly, I mean, like Rachel said, I just look forward to the day that I can actually quote-unquote drive. I mean, and that's a big thing for me. This could enable me to do that. Yeah, sure, there's going to be regulations and shit about like that, but you know, once that's all straightened out, this could legitimately give me a chance to be able to drive for the first time in my life.
I'm not saying that this isn't fantastic. All I'm saying is, computers have mistakes too. Yeah, look at things that have been developed in beta and then get improved as time goes on. Like. Things have errors earlier on, and they will sort themselves out naturally.
Yeah,
You're just going, it will have no errors for you.
No, I mean,
no errors, no crashes, and no Lieutenant.
I mean, I totally.
Lieutenant, yeah.
I see where you're coming from, but it makes me that much more excited to go. God dang, I've had like 18 beers. Computer, drive me home, or.
See, I don't think it's going to...
Wow.
No. See, that is the misconception that this is going through.
Exactly.
You are not going to be able to tell your car to drive you home and still be inebriated. 90% of the time, you're still going to get pulled over. You will still get a ticket for doing stupid-ass shit like that. Because of the fact you are still supposed to be a conscious and conscientious driver who can function as a backup if your car fucks up.
Well, I'll be honest.
It doesn't give you an excuse to go get drunk and then fucking
party a
drive.
little heavier if I knew my car would drive itself. I'm not even going to lie. I'm like, I just like.
Okay, no, here
I
we
think
go.
it would be awesome.
I think this is what JD. I think this is what JD means. Is you're down the road of this development, you are less likely to cause an accident if the car could drive itself rather than normal car. You can
but that doesn't give you a free.
Yeah, I know it doesn't give you permission because DUI laws still. DUI laws, terms and conditions apply. See in store for these.
Yeah, I mean, I think the potential's there to get in. Like, I mean, I think we're at the.
By
point...
the way, the Chef Wonder and Geeko podcast networks do not encourage driving under the influence of alcohol, drugs, and other substances.
No, we do not.
Nor does
I just want to put that disclaimer out there just in case.
Or Jonathan DePew to encourage that at all. My point is I think it would be. My point is this: I think if technology is embraced by that and it develops, like Dale said, into something that truly that we can benefit from it, like. From all aspects. I mean, if it's a 13-hour car ride that I can sleep in the car half the way there, that's awesome. If it's something where I'm out with my friends and I've had too much to drink and I can just tell my car to go home and I know I'll get there safely,
go home. I'm drunk.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
But hang on. No, here we go. With the development of technology, surely people will develop the cars to the point of going, all right, this person is drunk, we can't drive them home because they'll still get pulled over, being all conservative and shit.
Like your car goes into lockdown and says,
Yes.
Well, okay with that.
You didn't.
Let's all think about the initial video that came out, released to the public for the self-driving car from Google. The guy that was in it was literally blind. Not like, hey, I can't see well to drive. Like, literally, he was walking around with a stick and needed a guide dog. So I don't see why, if he can use the car autonomously, if I can use the right word, why can't an inebriated person do
the thing with that car is it didn't even have a steering wheel.
No, this was the first one.
Autonomous.
This was the Prius.
No, not the one I saw. Not the blind guy. Are you talking about the Google one?
The one from 2 years ago. The Prius.
Oh, not the new one. Okay.
Yeah,
the Google.
Well, the new one is just a test vehicle that they built from scratch. That's not the final product. Right?
A weird, funny-looking car. It doesn't even have.
They're demoing it for a blind person who can say, "Hey, go to Taco Bell and let me order food," and it pulls into Taco Bell. No, go back and watch the video. It pulls into
blind
Taco
person. Bell. The first place you want to go is Taco Bell.
No, it was the video.
But that's
they go to like a Taco Bell and it goes through the drive-thru.
Blind people want tacos too.
Way to be offensive, Vito.
Why are we getting?
Okay. I'm not being offensive to blind people. I'm being offensive to Taco Bell.
That's just where they wanted it to test. But
I don't understand why we're getting
pick something
distracted.
better than
Okay.
He wanted shame tacos.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay, the blind guy wanted to go to the optometrist.
in an office parking lot.
I know.
No, but the point was...
Take me to Taco Bell! Take me to Office Max!
Take me to Thor.
A drive
Guys, come on!
Yeah. Come on.
It drove him through
It
drove him through the drive-thru. He's flipping blind.
Yes.
I think that the difference is that a person who is drunk and can see would probably be more likely to perform a human error that would mess up this thing's ability to drive him safely. Like, for example, a blind person isn't going to stare.
What I was going for, yes.
I can do it and turn it off.
My thing though is that
no, it's more like you crawl into the back seat and pass out until you're trying to drive you home.
The theory that I have behind it is once technology reaches the point where we can literally speak to our car or whatever we need to do to turn it on and then go take me home, at that point there will be safety precautions, because these conversations are happening just like this behind closed doors of these huge manufacturers and at Google, where they're like, look, we understand that this technology, yes, is being made for the people that are blind, for the people that can't do these things normally, but when this technology becomes released to the public, there will be these type of people that use it, so we have to put these fail-safes in play. And I believe that these fail-safes will be, they can't speak, or it's a breathalyzer test, or if they can't punch in a 5-digit code or whatever that is, then they won't be able to have control of that device. The computer will regulate it. Right now, we may have 37,000 people sleeping in their driveway, but that's a lot better than having 37,000 people driving drunk on the way home.
Can we just make a comparison real quick? Just out of, can we do that for kicks and giggles? Okay, right now, we don't have autonomous cars, so those drunk people are driving. If we can give autonomous cars a possibility, there will be less of those drunk people making stupid mistakes.
Yes.
They can get...
At the very least, if we can have the drunk people call a robot taxi to come pick them up.
Have stricter punishments for DUIs when you're like, hey, you literally have no excuse. You could have said, drive me home. Instead of going, 3 DUIs and you lose your license or whatever it is, it's, hey, you're not driving ever again.
Exactly. It's like you are now restricted from touching the steering wheel of a vehicle. You can now get in the car and push a button and go wherever you need to go.
Right. I'm not saying it's going to be a perfect world. That's not going to happen. We're not going to have Minority Report where everybody's riding in tubes.
One way or another. I'm just hoping that they don't ruin it.
Yeah. I mean, we have to be conscious of the fact that, as much as we don't want to say people won't do that, they will.
It's the 80-20 rule. Of course it is. The 80-20 rule always applies.
Wait, whoa. People are going to do dumb stuff?
What?
No way.
Really? If people just do dumb stuff, there wouldn't be a warning on friggin'
chainsaws saying do not operate in your garage.
Yeah. Apparently, last time I was on, no one had a warning about a chainsaw. Yeah, that was fun.
Do not attempt to stop chainsaw with your hands. Yes.
Needless to say,
on the label.
That's what it says.
I think the self-powered driving vehicle from Google Future Plus I think it's a good idea. I think it'll be cool.
It's a great idea.
But the question is, how are they going to put Google Plus into it?
What's that, Bulldog?
No, I was saying, to get back to the article that we linked to on Mashable, I think this is a good start. Yes, it's only available in California and other,
2 blocks in California. You could pay $10,000 to pay.
So,
and Tom Merritt.
The point is, it's a good start, because everyone's initial problem with the whole Google automated car is, all right, well, you've got to buy a brand new car that has all of this integrated, and not everyone's going to do that. Well, for $10,000, that's a lot more of a possibility.
I mean, this is off topic, but it's almost the same point, right? So I think we're also
really.
Yeah, right. So I think we're progressing to a point, too, as a society and culture, that emission regulation is going to get stricter and much firmer than it is right now. So I do believe the day of, rocking out a 67 Mustang is going to become few and far between. So I do believe the need to get these $10,000 self-driving cars and stuff like that is going to become more of a demand, just because of the fact that we're at a point now, it's almost like we're on the razor's edge of how are we going to long-term protect our resources,
And this is we made I made a big joke about it being $10,000, but it's just like any technology. As it gets further along and it advances, it's gonna get a lot better.
Oh shit! On that note, dude, I was reading a fact the other day. The iPhone, the parts to make the iPhone would have cost you $3 million back in the early '90s, right? Something that I pay nothing for now was $3 million back in the 90s.
You have a way different definition of nothing.
The progression of technology is ridiculous.
Yeah, and there's innovation and what have you, and of course, as demand, I can't talk. Woo! As demand is what I was meant to go for there. As demand increases, of course, the number of suppliers will increase, and more companies will dip their toes in this. But I do want to get back to the joke that CJ said. I do really, 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 really want them to integrate Google Plus and YouTube into all of this. It's what I really, really want.
Call back.
Well, once it's driving for you, you can look at all those videos, including the one of Pensacon, the interview with Amanda.
On that note, we went completely
10
around.
gigs
And
of high
that was
definition
probably
footage.
a good time to end the show.
What?
Once we went full circle, it is time to end the show.
Bottom line, I want one.
Bottom line, you should all go to YouTube.
I want to install this in my.
I want a self-driving car.
I thought you wanted an interview
this
with
into a free,
Pensacon people.
on
That
the,
was what
I want that.
I want to install this in my Tesla.
I want that too, but it's already there, so it's fine.
There's too many people talking.
I have something to say about that Pensacon interview, by the way. I have this to say.
I want that in my ear holes right now.
That's what I have to say.
Well, Dale, it's funny you mentioned that. You can check it out on YouTube. It's 49 minutes and 52 seconds of high definition interview.
Not only can you get it in your ear holes, you can get it in your eye holes at the same time. Your ear holes and your eye holes at the same time.
Double your whole pleasure for lower prices.
Hey, I wore a nice shirt for you guys.
That's what I do. Oh, you're wearing a t-shirt? I'm wearing a t-shirt.
I'm wearing a t-shirt. I thought that ad was awesome.
Okay. JD, why don't you tell people at home where they can find you at on the interwebs?
You guys can find us at geek-io.com/howitstacks. You can also search for us on iTunes. You can find us there. Speaking of which, we've got some... Yep, and the Comic Alliance too. Thank you, CJ. But now that I've interrupted me, I don't know where to go. I'm just going to sit here and be quiet.
Yay! I won.
Facebook too hard.
We've got
IMDb.
We've got Facebooks, we've got the Googles, we've got Twitter. How It Stacks, we're pretty much, if you search for us on Google, you'll find us anywhere on the web. Comic Alliance, the same way, geek-io.com/the Comic Alliance. Awesome to be part of that show too. Personally, me, the DePew at twitter.com. I've got an IMDb page, as they love to point out, and Facebook as well. There was something else too. Oh, and I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but I recently did an interview with Pensacon, which you can find us on YouTube. We've made jokes about it, but I want to. While I have a couple minutes, I want to take just a brief. I want to let you guys know the gravity of what these people created. It was literally like a board of just us, and they sat down and they decided they wanted to do an event, and they started off and they did Pensacon, and it literally went to the. It got so massive and so big so quickly that celebrities, high name artists, would driving long distances and cross country just to get to this event. Like people were staying overnight in hotels, or not hotels, but airports.
Hodor stayed overnight in a hotel just to make sure he could make it.
It's crazy. Like they expected, shit you not, I think it was like 5,000 people to show up the entire weekend, and they ended up averaging a 12,000 head count. I mean, they brought in $1.4 million worth of revenue for the city, not just for that event, but for the city. That's local businesses and everything. I mean, that's how awesome this Pensacon event is. So we've been joking about it, but if you get a chance, pay those guys some respect. Check that interview out, because they've done a lot of hard work, and they do they've earned some recognition and just some kudos. So if you get a second, check that interview out.
Word.
Also, someone's fries are done.
I don't know who that is.
Not mine.
It's not me.
Who's been dinking their dongle?
I don't have a dongle to dink.
Ew, gross.
Yet somehow you gotten 2 kids out of the deal.
Yeah, I know.
If
you have a
Rachel,
if you have a drippy dongle, you should.
Next week starts Musicians Month. That's right, for the entire month of July, we are going to have musicians on. Yay!
I'm so excited about Professor Elemental. You guys have no idea. I want to make out with all of you for sharing. Man.
I love you too, JD. I really do. Yeah.
Thank you, Dale.
So with that starting, our first guest for Musicians Month is the man who knows George R.R. Martin is not your bitch, but he wants to be your Thor. CJ, pronounce his name, because I really don't want to mess it up.
The one and only John Anelio will be on next week, helping us start out Musicians Month. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Damn right, dog.
I've been working on this for a while. This has been my full project for a long time.
There was a bumper, and now there's fireworks and CJ talking.
Yeah.
Thanks, Footlong. the Geek AO Summer Winter Movie Smackdown Awesome Update of the week. How to Train Your Dragon and 22 Jumps to continue to battle it out until Friday. Who will win? Meanwhile, the Rovers been in the race, when making Dale a grand total of $49,000, making it the least valuable in SmackDown history. Yeah. This weekend, join me in my garage as I just happen to discover a Transformer. Will the Transformers have enough power to take down Jazz's domination, or will they crash and burn? Come on, Marky Mark, do something right. All right! Leaderboard as it stands. Jared Acevedo at $14.6 million. Jared Budlong at $7.5 million. Myself at $5.2 million. Dale is going to pretty much be at this number at $5.1 million. Rachel at $4.6 million. And Daryl, who's only had one movie, $2.2 million. Whew. All right, now, over on the Geek.io site, Working Droid does Google Drive slides, Chromecast, and something from Yahoo that I didn't pay too much attention to because whenever Yahoo comes across, I go to sleep.
That's like Budlong and Final Fantasy VII.
Yes, exactly, or anything Japanese as I've learned over the week. Oh. Real Insight does Dominion Season 1. I'm not sure what that is, but it sounds awesome. Geek.io watches this weekend. We're watching Pain and Gain.
CJ, we might have to cancel that.
No, we're doing stuff next week.
No, we're doing the gaming night here
at the
house. Oh, look at that. Your wife
might drag everybody that's over here through Pain and Gain.
I will come right over and watch Pain and Gain. It'd be great.
I want to come over and watch Pain and Gain and play games. That sounds fun.
All right.
That does sound like a good
playing
night.
Pain and Gain. We're on.
I'll bring
playing
this up.
Munchkin or Cards Against Humanity while we're watching Pain and Gain. I'm for this.
Oh, that sounds like both Pain and Gain.
Yeah, exactly. And how
Everybody
it's
wins.
crazy. Coming this week, allegedly coming this week, Days of Thunder and Top Gun. There, Tom Cruising all over this.
Yeah. I got a need for speed.
Oh, that movie was shit.
Hammer, Harry.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the hammer down, Harry.
I haven't seen the Need for Speed movie, but
I still hate about Goose though. Oh, I'm sorry. Spoilers.
Are you talking about the?
No.
Here, Vito, are you talking about this? That moment there.
What?
What?
The one where Iceman walks up to Maverick and he's like, "I don't like the way you do things." Yeah, that.
Oh, okay. So for once, we couldn't hear you chew through your microphone.
Hey, well, we should watch the stupid camera, Bulldog.
Hey, there's times for firsts. It does occasionally happen.
Yeah, JD did something in silence. It's a miracle.
I love your face too, CJ.
Hey, Rachel, you start reading some things with stuff.
I don't know. Can I
Unless
get
you
through
want
it
me
without
to.
being interrupted for the first time all show?
No.
We are
hang on,
going to ask our listeners to please remember to visit our Patreon site over at patreon.com/geekio. If you could help out with a small monthly donation, wow, I can talk. If you think we're worth $5 for all of our awesome content, we'll give you and your site cause whatever a shout out at the top of the show. And if you think we're worth 10, we'll read a Twitter link post for you.
That's right. And we can be heard on
Oh my
Stitcher
God, you
Radio.
didn't get interrupted.
Search for Geek.io to help us out if you do, and then punch Dale in the face. We can also be heard on iTunes. Be sure to leave us an honest review, and we'll be gladly to read it on the show while we're punching Dale in the face.
I bet someone will now leave a review because they want to punch me in the face.
That's right. If you want Dale to be punched in the face, leave a review. That's all you got to do.
Yes.
No.
And one of us will fly over to Australia
and punch you while we're eating it. For only $10.
Only $10.
Or more. Feel free to give more.
Yeah, or more. Most likely more. Just putting that out there. Alright, now... Oh, wait, nope. Now it's time for Dale Reed's show title candidates.
Alrighty, today's potential show title candidates were, because this is happening in the past, you probably already know what the show title is. Chick Stuff to Nadia, I Can Chew All Night Long. Spraying yourself in the face with phone cleaner. Fake Ohio, dry anus, low metric. I have a master's degree in penises. I'm sorry, that's German. Go home car, I'm drunk. Punch Dale in the face for $10.
Bullshit. That's a good one.
Exactly.
All right. Here's your How It Stacks preview.
We end up looking like a monkey fucking a football out there.
Whoa!
Oh shit, that's the best thing ever.
Wait a sec. How does he know what that looks like? I just want to know that.
Monkey fucking a football is my Lady Gaga cover band.
Oh my god, that is the Brandy Quaid.
My Sugar Babes cover band.
Alright, I think it's time to get...
It's time to get out of here, folks.
Quick.
We will see you next week with Musicians Month.
That's right, and that's a video, gents.
Hey, you could have Professor Willis on for that one.
It's true, if he can... We can try to get him on.
We've tried to get him on the show many times, and he just...
Yeah, but it's Musician Month. He might enjoy this. Good night, everybody.
You have been listening to a part of the Geek.io podcast. Visit us at geek-io.com for all of our great shows.
The pressure is building slowly, inexorably inside me. Oh my.
Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's bad for you. Go figure out how it works.
Copyright 2014.
I want to get out of here. I want to leave this place right now.
The Hunger Games.
Not
the pieces.
I don't know if I'm elated or gassy.
Hey, Suze, you're
Well, I love it, because I'll stick right in.
That's me, honey. Take me to bed.
Son, your ego is like a check your body can't cash.
Good night, you two.